Welcome to today's lesson. So today we are looking at our topic is quadratic expressions, and the type of questions that we're going to deal with, they are the type like those that come in mathematics paper 1 following the ECZ syllabus. Okay, and the first set of questions that we're going to deal with is the one which is known as difference of two squares. Now, difference of two squares is simply the difference between two terms with two terms which have got square roots, or two terms which are perfect squares. So now you have to understand, in solving these questions, you have to understand one concept. All quadratic expressions, they are of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, meaning they have to have the same term where a is the coefficient and b is the coefficient, then c is a constant number. So a is the coefficient of the number which has got the square root, then b is the coefficient of the number which just has the letter. Okay, so these are quadratic expressions. So normally when you are trying to factorize such expressions, you need to follow that thing of finding first the product, the sum, and then the factors. But in this case, the difference of two squares, they usually don't have this second part. Okay, let's look at an example. When we try to solve a is 4x squared minus 9. Now here, when you are factorizing such, you know for sure, because the highest power is 2, that it is a quadratic expression, but it is lacking this one. So because it is lacking this one, you first of all have to ask yourself, do I have anything common between this one and this one? In this case, the answer is no. So if it is no, then you have to go ahead and find the square root of these terms. So the square root of this one will be 2x, then the square, so you bring down the sign there, then the square root of this one will be 3. So you close this one out. Difference of two squares simply means that the other one will be with a plus. Then you have factorized completely. Okay, we can also do the same for b. So for b there, we are also saying 5x squared minus 5. So now here, the first question, like I'm saying, you ask yourself, because there are only two terms, so you don't follow the normal procedure. So you ask yourself, do I have anything common between this one and this one? And the answer is yes. So 5 is common, so you factorize normally, you remain with x squared minus 1. But the question says factorize completely. So this one is not complete, the one which is inside. So you are going to say 5, then you open the parenthesis, then here you can find the square root of that one and the square root of that one. So which will be x minus 1 in brackets, then the other one will be x plus 1 in brackets. And you have solved your answer completely. Okay, let's look at the second type of questions that can be found in your paper 2 or paper 1 question in your mathematics. So you look at question 2a. So this is question 2a. We are factorizing the expression pq minus 8r minus 2p plus 4rq. So here also, one thing you should know is, it is difficult for you to know that this is a quadratic expression, but one thing you should bear in mind is that whenever there are 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, it simply means that you have to group them 2, 2. So this one here, and so before you can group them 2, 2, make sure that you arrange them in a way that they are similar or the same. We are following the concept of like terms and unlike terms. So like in this case, we can say, okay, pq minus 2p, then plus 4rq minus 8r. Now, why have I grouped it this way? Because I've checked. This one, there is a p and there is a p here. So these can be together. Then on these two terms here, the 4 and 8, they are somehow the same. Then there is r and there is r, so they can be grouped together. So having done that, then you check. You factorize this one. So we're going to have a p, okay? Then inside we remain with a q minus 2. Plus, here we have 4r. So 4r, then inside we're going to have a q, okay, minus 2. So here, the moment you notice that this term and this term are the same, then you know that you are doing the right thing. So you just have to get one of these guys, which is q minus 2, and then you get this one and that one, which will be p plus 4r. And there you have. Okay, so someone might be asking that, why did you just go direct to that? There is another way in which you can also group these like terms. So for example, alternatively here, we are saying, alternatively, you can also say this is our PQ, quite alright. PQ plus 4 plus 4RQ minus 8R. Okay, so we are saying this one, because there is a Q here and there is a Q, so minus 8R. What is remaining is, okay, this one is here, this one is there, the 8R is here, so we are remaining with a 2P. So we group these ones like that. What is common here? You discover that it's a Q, so we have a Q here, open brackets, we have a P plus 4R remaining. You bring down the negative, okay? So if you bring down the negative, then what is common here is simply a 2. So if you put a 2 here, then here you're going to have a 4R. Negative and the negative will give us a positive. Then here will remain with a P, because the 2 is already there. So this one and this one, they are already similar. Now, saying that these are already similar, P plus 4R and 4R plus P, it's one and the same thing. It doesn't matter which one comes first. So you can just write P plus 4R, and the other term will be Q minus 2, which is still one and the same answer. Okay, let's look at the last concept for today's lesson, which is the last question there, question 2b. So in question 2b, they are saying this is 14RS plus 2RST minus 14U minus 2UT. So this one, you can go directly and group them 2, 2. Then you ask yourself, here at least I think 2RS is common. So 2RS, you open the brackets here. 2 in there, it's 7, plus you bring down, then the 2RS, so you only remain with a T. Bring down the minus. Here what is common is 2U, so 2U, open brackets, you remain with a 7. Negative and negative will give you a positive. Then here also you remain with a T. So now, as you can see, this and this, they are the same. So we are just going to get this one and this one, which is 2RS minus 2U. Then the other one is 7 plus T. Now, the question says we are supposed to factorize completely, but here we have 2RS and 2U. So 2 and 2 are common, so we can bring the 2 outside, open the brackets, RS minus U, then this one will be 7 plus T, and you have factorized completely. So thank you so much for paying attention, and with these few explanations that have been given, we have summarized the kind of questions that are found in paper 1 under quadratic expressions. So for any questions, you can feel free to contact us, and see you in the next lessons.